All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off with the last live stream, except now, instead of having HR in the chat, I got actual HR to look at the resumes, so she doesn't have to type in the chat. So if you want your resume reviewed or cover letter reviewed, that email address right there. Where can I send the resume? So send it down there. I'll have Josh. No, see, we're both doing it. We're both going to be reviewing the resume, not just her alone, right? You can't just give her like total power because she's HR at the end of the day, right? Like, you can't just like trust everything she says.
I can tell you what we look for.
Yeah, so
Josh can tell you what needs to be in a
yeah. So she'll tell you exactly what they look for, and I'll tell you how to break all the rules so that you match what they're looking for. It's perfect. It's great. How come you are not social distancing? We're
not good at that.
But you wouldn't be able to hear. All right. So let's start at the top. Let's
It's very pretty.
Look. Hold on. You go first. You give your thoughts overall first.
I mean, I like a template. The colors are all at least coordinating, so that looks pretty good. All of your bullet points are one line. That's like number 1. I think your introduction could be a lot shorter. Maybe don't put an exclamation point. I know that sounds nice, but I mean, once it gets past HR, your hiring manager is kind of probably going to roll their eyes a little.
All right, yeah. So here's take this off.
Yeah, totally take off your picture.
Take this
Never
off.
Add that.
Take this off.
Know.
It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters if you can do the job. In the EU, people are like, we care about what you look like, and that's where the EU is behind because
but we shouldn't.
People shouldn't care what you look like, right? It shouldn't matter. Yeah. People racially profile, people gender profiling, whatever, all that stuff. It doesn't matter, and you're just giving them subconscious ammo. Yeah. Take that off.
It's subconscious. It's not something that we're looking for. It's just, you don't want that.
Also, I don't know if that's on purpose, but you should probably move your name over into the green.
I think it's on purpose. Yeah, also, you have way too many fonts going on here. That's hard to look at.
Yeah, you got this font here.
Pick one, bold it, and that's it.
You have another font here and another font here. So this is
serif. The text is all different font.
You got the serifs.
All the black is a different font.
Let's see.
If your text is going to be multiple colors too, just pick 2 colors and go with it, not 4. I see.
Resume instructor says to add. Okay. How is that not like a pyramid scheme? A resume instructor.
No. A resume is a resume is a resume. Color is not really going to make it pop or memorable or anything like that.
For front end, it helps just like this is fine. Color-wise, this is fine. It looks fine.
Like if you're a designer, I can see why you would do that. We can always tell what kind of job you're looking for based on your resume.
Psychology is not. It's not going to be related. Instead, I would. Yeah, you already have UX, so that's like the most amount of psychology you need. But
well, that's also just your areas of interest. Take your areas of interest off. Interest isn't meaningful at all.
Unless the company does that interest.
Yeah. I would put that, if it's your interest, tie that into what you've done in your actual resume. You don't need any of that in your introduction. Also, take your age off of there. Never put your age, never put your birth date, never put your address. Those are discriminatory things too. Never put your age ever.
Isn't this going to mess up all the resume auto scanners? I don't know. They're pretty good. Here, let me bring it back because we got to talk about these bad boys right here. Number 1.
Whoa.
All right. We're going to look at the skills section first.
Take all those
I like that chart actually.
out,
but the thing is, nobody knows what these levels mean.
No.
Let them decide what your level is.
Yeah.
Don't tell them up front that you suck at something, which would be, I guess, Python is half, Angular is half. But what does half mean to them? Half to them could be expert to you, you know?
You're not selling yourself very well. You're setting yourself up for a lot of questions and a lot of failure already telling them out the gate how good you are at something. If you have experience in it, great, put it on there you have experience, but don't tell us how much. Why would you do that? I mean, it looks pretty, but otherwise it's...
I put my address. Why can't I put my address?
Don't put your address. They can look you up. No, don't put your address.
I guess that's
Phone number is fine. Never put your address. You don't want them to say, oh, they live in like a really expensive part of town. They don't need this job. Or, oh, they live in a really crappy part of town. What kind of person? You know, you just don't want to give any more information than you need to. You never know. It's sending as your picture.
So take these off. I mean, all right. So list the skills, but take off your level because nobody knows what these mean. It's not. You don't even have like a percentage here or 9 out of 10 or nothing. Like, and also you have quite a lot of skills. that it's going to be hard to tell exactly what you want.
And don't put the percentage. Put what you have experience in. Take all of that out. Don't add in a percentage. You don't need that at all.
Yeah, let them decide what your skill level is.
Exactly.
And, you might, all right, so here's the thing. All right, let's go full screen for a second. You might think that you're a complete noob with the technology, but if they ask you a question in the interview and you answer it like a pro, hey, great, now you're a pro at that technology, right? And then you get hired.
That's all that matters. Fake it till you make it. It's all about selling yourself. If you can't sell yourself, that's your first problem.
Worked with private wealth management technology team. See, that was your job, yes. That is what your job was. But what did you do there? Worked with private wealth management technology team. But what does that mean? What did you do?
That's not descriptive at all.
Does the girl have the wisdom to criticize other people's resumes? I'm in HR. She's HR.
Yeah,
this
I
is
look
literally
at resumes
who you
all
apply
day,
to.
every day, or I used to. And this is what I love. I love resumes.
Are people really that judgmental? Yes.
Yeah.
If they say they're not, they're lying.
Yep.
I think people try not to be. They can say that, but everybody judges.
And it's our job not to discriminate against you or be judgmental, but if you're already setting us up to think something about you, why would you do that?
Also, designed and developed a sophisticated dashboard from scratch. Do you have before and afters? Because otherwise, that's going to be hard to talk about because they're going to want to see the proof in the pudding. Mm-hmm. Implemented REST APIs. You probably can't give that. So if you're going to talk about code that you can't show, make sure to say NDA. Guide students in sundry subjects. What is sundry subjects? I don't know what that is. Do you like Toby from The Office? No.
Exercise my demons.
I guess teaching assistant's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Put whatever experience you have on there. That's fine.
Yeah, but you got to put outcomes.
Yeah.
You got to put what you did and the outcomes. Mm-hmm. Guided students in subjects like this. And what? Did you have outcomes like improved overall grades? Mm-hmm. Did you smash it? See, I told you this question was going to come. And the correct answer for that question is, why do you think she's here so early? You think she woke up and came over? Y'all are wrong. But back to the resumes. Design UX. All right, so notable projects. But these aren't, you don't have a link for them. You need a link to the code or the wireframes.
Also, if these are a part of other jobs you've had at the top of your resume, don't junk up your resume with calling out specific projects like this. Put your notable projects within your actual work experience. Otherwise, it gets really confusing. Your dates don't match up. I wouldn't do that. It needs to be in chronological order. And if you're your website redesign, if you did that for a company that's already up at the top, then put that at the top of your bullet points. It doesn't need to be called out in a separate section. That's very confusing. If we're confused looking at your resume, that's not going to help you at all. Remember, you have to get through HR before you get to the hiring manager.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Hold on, let me go back to full screen so I don't dox any more info real quick. It's practically afternoon. It's 9:51 in the morning.
Yeah. It's morning
on a Sunday, on Easter Sunday. All right, so you have LinkedIn. You got personal website. Currently based in India.
I wouldn't put... Well, okay, so here's the thing, is that some places, depending on the location you're applying to, will look for hiring people within that location specifically. So if I wanted a job in Colorado, I would say my location, Colorado. That's what I would say. If I didn't care about getting help with relocation.
And what if they don't offer relocation?
You got to make that call yourself. If you want to be hired somewhere more than you care about being relocated, like having help with relocation there, say that. If you got to decide what matters to you. If I really wanted to live in Austin, Texas, I would say my location is Austin, Texas. I would never say, oh, I live in Utah right now, because they're going to say, oh, well, we're going to have to pay to get you out there. If I wanted help getting out there, say you live in a
you got to be honest. Yeah, if you want that relocation package,
it depends on what you
could
want.
be honest. Also, if you apply to companies in the U.S. that aren't sponsoring,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to throw this resume in the trash.
Yep.
Before you even say, hey, wait, what about paying me remote
Mm-hmm.
as like a contractor?
Yeah.
All right.
Really think about what matters to you.
Here's another thing. You got to get a little closer. You're good. All right, here's another thing. I guess I'll take that off real quick. My bad. All right, so outside of work, fitness enthusiast.
No.
Don't tell them what you're
No.
doing outside of work. This
No.
lets people discriminate against you.
Take that away.
That's you don't philology. What is philology? Is that a word?
I mean, they have parentheses at teaching myself Spanish. Never say that. If you have extra skills, put that up here. Some Spanish. Don't say teaching myself. Don't, outside of work activities, never put. Because what? You're going to say, oh, I coach my kids' soccer team, and then they're going to think they're biased towards you having kids. We can't do that. So take all that out.
Yeah, so you're going to give them too much information here.
None of that matters. And that's not going to help you get the interview or the job either. So it's pointless. Takes up space. It makes your resume really busy. Take it out.
Yeah, so also if you had, like, outside of work, if you had stuff that was, like, related to, that's the laziest censoring I've seen. Look, dude, I told you not to send in resumes with the info on it. You know that. Like, I'm being courteous.
Mm-hmm. Take your high school off of there, too. Never put your high school on there. Take your GPA off. Unless they ask for it, don't give your GPA.
Yeah, I think that's... Yeah.
I mean, high school or college, because they have it in their college, too. Take that out.
Outside of work, reading articles on design. I mean, to be honest, you should be getting paid to do that at work.
Yeah. And if you're not doing that anyway, like, that should be implied. Take that out.
Yeah, also, like, if you had, like, religious stuff on here, like, I teach Sunday school or something, boom, right there, discriminatory information.
Bad.
So, like, keep that away.
Yep.
Put it away.
Jamming on my bass guitar. That's cool, though.
How would you show career progression within the same company? Yeah, so you'd probably just have a bullet point here and then title for your job, and then another bullet point here and a title for your job, and then leave the company like that. That's what I would do.
I mean, that's if you want to show career progression, too. You don't have to. If you made it to a senior level, whatever, you can only put that job title. That's not something that we can verify. We can't say, hey, give me every job title they've had. If you were an intern for half of your time at a company and you don't want that to count against you and you want it to look like you had your whole job,
5 minutes.
Put that there.
I sent the resume. Is that the right address? Yeah, dude, we got a lot. Yeah. We got a recent graduate. Oh, there's another one.
And sometimes your job title at the end
First name,
looks
last name.
way more impressive than progression through job titles.
All right, so this is a recent graduate. This is a good one. This is like plain Jane. I think I could fit this in here. Does the ab roll button work?
I hope so. Somebody make him do an ab roll.
Oh, no. All right, give me a minute.
That's what I'm always hoping for.
The ab rolls?
Yeah.
You just want to watch me work out?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I work out by myself, thanks.
And with me, we met at the gym.
Okay. All right.
Dad?
Let me zoom in. So we got first name, last name, education. So to be honest, the skills, man, the skills got to go up top. Like, it's cool that you graduated, but the skills are what, can you do the job? So you got to put the skills up there. You two should launch a consulting firm. Yeah,
I'm already a consultant.
That's what she does. But for these skills here, you should organize them. Independent and team player. I'm dating HR girls because I want a job. See, that's big brain. Why even apply? I have a 5 to 10 page CV and I get a 50% response rate.
Yeah, it's because nobody reads past your first page. True story.
Problem solver, strong work ethic. Yeah, I mean, so all of these things here are just like these are expected of you to be able to do a job.
Yeah, take planning out. That means nothing.
How do you approach females at the gym? Like, are you trying to pick up girls at the gym? Is that what you mean? You want to know how to pick up girls at the gym?
How did you do it, John?
How you pick up girls at the gym? So you ask them to lay on the ground and then you lift them up for the deadlift and boom, picking up girls at the gym. Usually they scream and flail and say, "What are you doing?" And you just like, "What's your name? Thought you were cute." No, don't do that. That's terrible advice.
But definitely pick them up. That works.
Detail-oriented, adaptability. So that, again, that's expected.
Yeah.
So the only real skill that you
out.
have here is Microsoft Office, and even then, that's going to be kind of expected of you. So
if you
what?
Went to college.
Yeah. What other skills you got? You got a bachelor's in information systems. What did they teach you? Do you know how to code? I know you learned at least some code there.
Almost always take a skill section out unless you're a dev and trying to say like what languages you know. Skill section means nothing. If you don't have a way to prove that within your work experience, then it's meaningless.
You got to put
skill section.
Useless advice, right? The gyms are closed. It was before that. Do not hit on women at the gym. Yeah, most of the time it's awkward.
If we're staring at our phone with headphones in, we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, you just want to take selfies of your butt.
Yeah.
Relevant coursework. So, like, these are skills here. Web dev skills, database management skills, application dev. Like, all these are skills. Like, whoops. Why isn't that added here? Like, you need to put them together and put your education down at the bottom. But this is good. Like, deliver customer vehicles and received a gift for delivering 50% more vehicles than others. Right? So that's a good outcome. With an increase in check-ins, results, dude. So you got this on point. I think the main weakness here is your skills. You got to add more skills.
Yeah. Don't focus on trying to fill up your page either. Fix your alignment and your text size so that your bullet points are one line. Don't junk up your line. Like, that's only 3 letters for that second line under valid grader. You want every bullet point to be one line. It's too much to read. It's too busy otherwise. That sounds like really nitpicky stuff, but it's important. Like I said, you got to get through HR before you get to the hiring manager.
I don't know. I mean, this is kind of a funny outcome. I don't know. How do you monitored students and caught 2 students who failed to uphold the honors code, who basically cheated? You caught 2 students who cheated and then reported them to the supervisor. Basically,
I don't know that I would put that.
I don't know. I mean, that's an outcome.
Yeah, but that kind of makes you sound difficult to work with.
Makes
you
you
want to
sound
sell
like a
yourself,
rat.
or you want to sound like a rat?
I don't know.
We're gonna laugh at that,
snitches
but that
get
doesn't
stitches,
help
bruh.
you at all.
That's what I'm saying.